That's going to be the fourth time, and it should be lights out, but it has to get there. It has to get down to 440. It's going to fight it. It's going to fight it really hard at 440. I told you guys that's a big level today, right? But look at the overall trend of this thing. Look. See it? Look at this SPY chop here. You guys see this? These are the widow makers. Look at these candles. Giant candles. Look at them. These are so dangerous when you get caught on the wrong side. Can you guys see how long the candles are?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are bad. Flip back to these contracts in case I got to move quick. So again, we're just waiting to see if SPY will come back and sit back down on this 440. Let's see. Amazon's getting ready to make new low a day. Meta low a day. Microsoft also sitting on the bottom. If you guys look at all those, they're all doing the same thing at the same time. They're sitting at support, right? Look at Meta, exact same thing. Meta at this 292.20 has to break, and then it's lights out. See it?
Hot stock pick AHI doing very well to the upside.
Thank you. Same thing with Microsoft. As soon as Microsoft breaks 319, it's lights out. Apple, when it breaks 174.32-ish, 30, lights out. You guys see how they're all sitting at the same spot now? You see how they're all critical?
Sir.
They're all doing the same exact thing.
Hot stock TTOO, new high and stair stepping up nicely.
Thank you. But what is the overall trend of the market right now?
Down.
That's right. That's correct. You always go by the wicks, typically, when you're drawing trend lines. The bodies are used for support and resistance, but typically trend lines will use the wicks. Now, if it changes, right, if it doesn't make sense for me to use the wick, I'll use the body. But right here, you can clearly see if I would have used the bodies, let me show you. It would be the same thing. Look, but it would be tighter. See it? Body. Now also notice our trend line's getting more narrow. Do you guys see it? Here,
Yes, sir.
here. It's getting heavier, heavier, right?
Yeah, every time it gets close to that 440, I mean, the volume on the buy side just jumps. So,
Oh yeah. Everybody's buying at 440 because they're all anticipating the pop of 440. That's why I said, though, this is the fourth time it's gotten there. These buyers have got to start going, okay, man, this isn't any good anymore, right? Because the more times it touches, the weaker it will get. Again, this has to break through here because what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, you see this trend line I drew? If it pops above this, right, it's going to give all the buyers momentum because they're going to be like, we finally won. And then it's going to rip my face clean off. This could be one of my last attempts to get out. Do you see it? The tighter this goes, the more dangerous it becomes for me because I'm holding in here. So when this comes down to this 440, I've got to make that quick decision again. Like, hey, is this going to pull or is this coming up? And you can see where it's starting to come through the trend line. See this here? I don't want that. It has to sit in here to give me a nice pull. So anyways, this has to sit down in here because every time this comes down here, I have to decide, okay, do I take the L? Do I let it work? Do I let it come back up to this state? And again, because I'm in here, I shouldn't be worrying this long and I shouldn't be in this trade this long, right? That's why I don't like entering at the wrong time. You enter at the wrong time, you have to start making too many decisions. You start making too many decisions because you're on the wrong side of the trade. It can get some of you guys into big trouble, right? You would hold this thing till the cows come home, lose every cent instead of taking an L. Am I right?
Yes,
It's
sir.
playing with my emotions and I'm not even in a trade.
Yeah, you'd be like, but I think it could possibly at some point throughout the next 8 hours come back. You see how this is popping up? That's dangerous. You see this?
Fine.
Yeah, this is dangerous territory right here, ladies and gentlemen. This has to pull. And I told you guys, it keeps popping through. It did it here. It did it here. It just did it here. You see them? It's got to fade. If not, I'm going to take like a 5 or 6K L on it. Minimum. If it decides to pop through, because remember, VWAP is the last stop. See it right here? Look at this, right? This is what Jimmy would call his vortex. You see how it's coming down here to here. This is the area. See it getting smaller?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be rocket ship or drop to hell.